This is Oracle Daphne. My name is Beth, and I'm back today to talk to you guys. It's just going to be a chatty video about the kind of changes that I want to make and the boundaries that I want to set this channel, but also over on Instagram as well. So, first, want to check my audio. Make sure my audio is set. Okay. So I tried to record this, and I don't have the kind of memory on my phone. I just don't. I never did. It's very hard to record on my cell phone because it just doesn't have a long memory right now. Um, but I wanted to really talk to you guys about some of the things that and changes that I want to make and boundaries that I want to set going forward for my channel and for Instagram. Um, it's been brought to my attention, that I don't think I've been clear enough as far as my boundaries. Um, and so for this reason, I think it's just kind of timely. Um, First and foremost, I have not recorded my face for the most part for some time now, and I changed my content because I was getting severe amounts of hate. And I felt that it was blocking my livelihood and it was blocking me as a person. And there may come a point in time in which I no longer record for YouTube at all. But I kind of held on to YouTube because it's kind of been my baby and I've put so much work into it that what I'd like to see is I'd like to have my monetization back and be able to kind of record at my leisure and keep it there for people who need some inspiration on occasion or want to, it's a late night and they want to watch some of my old videos and they get a kick out of it, or they might hear something that's helpful. That reason I really want to keep it around. But there has been some things that are going to be needing to be understood by everybody and going forward. And I have felt that people have not been respectful of my channel. They haven't been respectful of me. They're like in the beginning, and I think part of this is because there's been some changes with my channel and with me. And there's a lot of what I call, superstar people, viewers and followers that have watched me for a really long time. And what's happening is that those people are watching me over on Instagram as well. And especially my live recordings repeatedly, like they would normally watch maybe some of my YouTube videos where it's like every live they'll show up, or every, every video they'll watch. But the problem is that it's very repetitive for me to basically keep reading for the same people, but also it's very draining and non-reciprocating in the sense that those people, just basically continue to basically, watch me and then basically take whatever energy they can get or take whatever lesson they can get. So essentially, I show up to be the light and people are taking it. And it's very disrespectful. And it's upset a lot of people because, well, maybe I shouldn't say a lot. There's been people that have been upset about the fact that I've recorded over there and I've had to block them because I am not going to read for them live. Maybe when I just had a reading for them, I'm not going to read for them live. If I've read for them the previous day for an hour for free. The biggest issue right now is that I have recorded, I don't even know how many videos for free since 2021. So basically over 2 years now. I thought it was a year, but it's actually two. And the amount that I have made from it as far as money is very, very little. because the viewers that are kind of repeat viewers, they show up and they take, and then they disappear. The newer viewers are kind of showing up and taking and disappearing, and maybe they don't understand my content, or maybe they can find content elsewhere and get whatever thrills and chills they get from astrology elsewhere. So I feel like it's kind of time for me to say that it's not okay anymore. I've said this before, but I really want it to be clear now, because it's not okay for me to just be working for free. It's not okay for people to be that disrespectful. It's not welcome on my channel, the hate that's been going on. I'm putting it out into spirit that it's not okay to like show up, take my energy, and leave repeatedly. If people are watching my videos like every day, all the time, constantly, and never ever considering the fact that I have put so much time and effort into recording into these videos, it's just not right anymore. Like, I never thought that I'd get to this point, because I thought that when I left my job back in 2021, I thought that I was going to get another job. But instead of getting another job, I was like, I'm just going to try to get my monetization back. I'm going to put as much energy as possible into all these videos. I started cranking out crazy amounts of content, 20 videos at a time, 10 videos at a time, which would take me like days to complete. I'm still cranking out between 5 to 6 videos a day. The Instagram algorithm won't even budge if I don't continue to post at least 2 to 3 reels every day. The YouTube algorithm is stuck again, despite the fact that I started cranking out an ungodly amount of work. And the disrespect for the work that I've done is unreasonable. It's just not okay. And, you know, I'm putting it out there also that I took down basically anything to do with predictions or anything to do with politics, I've taken down off of my channel because I want to go down that route. There is not, and there never has been, enough people supporting this channel or supporting me to make it worthwhile, because it puts me at risk to go out on a limb and tell everybody in the world what's really going on, and then either they get pissed off at me for telling them what's going on, or that puts me at risk for the people that are in power and don't like the people that are telling about stuff that's going on. So today I was like, you know, I gotta tell my channel. I gotta tell people. Like, I've taken down that content. If people want to see my 7-year tribulation video, it is $10 to watch it. $10 per one, so it's $20 total if you want to watch both videos. For the first video, it would be $10, and the second one would be $10. So I don't have, and I will tell you, I don't have the kind of energy that I call these, you know, the YouTuber people that are able to crank out, like, and they've got it like as a major business. They've got, you know, a videographer, and they've got somebody doing their editing and somebody doing their lighting, and they've got all kinds of crazy help, and they've got all kinds of computer equipment, and they got some editing equipment, and I'm on my cell phone. I still haven't updated my laptop. I still do not have an actual camera. Like, I shut down my channel because my electric was going to get cut off, and I told everybody, you know, that was what was going on, and some very kind people helped out. But essentially, I do not have whatever it would need to be in order to be doing this to the extent where it made a dent in the algorithm, or to the extent where I could crank out the kind of content that would be required of me to get my monetization back. And to compete with whatever's going on right now on YouTube. I just don't have that. And I don't also go across all platforms where I don't do FB, I don't do, TT, I don't do those things because I don't want to put my energy into those things because those things are run by certain things that I don't like. And even Instagram, I don't particularly like it, but I do it. I don't particularly like YouTube because there's a lot of hate on YouTube, but I do it. I've been looking for a new platform, but I'm not really happy with any of the new platforms. I don't like any of the new platforms. And I'm not one of those, again, people that has the ability to just create a whole new website and put all this crazy content on there and charge for their videos and because I've tried to do that, but I mean, it's just like a crazy amount of energy. So what ends up happening is me being kind of unable to compete and people just watching, showing up and taking my videos for free. That's what ends up happening. And it's not okay. I did say, because I started recording this, and this is going to make me emotional. I'm sorry to say this, but, I'm not sorry to say what I'm going to say, but I'm sorry that I'm going to get emotional over this, is that what people don't understand about me and about the work that I do, and that I have done for YouTube, is that the people that I've met through YouTube and Instagram have been incredibly beautiful people. And it has been so rewarding, and I love them so much. All of my clients I have loved so much. Because the most part, my clients have been putting food on my table and gas in my tank and rent. Up until recently, where it's not enough to pay for my rent. It's not enough to pay for my utilities. It barely covers my cell phone bill. It just doesn't even put a dent into the cost of living of where I'm living. But people don't understand how much I love my clients and how rewarding it's been and how much I've really grown from everybody that has been a loving, kind human being. And I just want to put it out to the universe because it's important that the people that do see me hear what I have to say about this, is that I am open to reading for people that are kind, compassionate human beings, beautiful people that are open to maybe needing some direction or, doing some healing work, what comes through, thinking outside the box. That's what I am open to. That's what I'm putting out there. The people that, maybe don't understand who I am or don't understand what I'm doing, the haters, whatever, are not welcome. And they're not welcome in my space, and they're not welcome in my life. And I'm drawing some serious boundaries today. It's just time that people really hear from me on this. It's funny, I look back at where I was, in 2013, and I was, for those of you who don't know, I was working at a law firm. And I was just trying to live life. And I was like, maybe I should post a few videos, and learn how to post some things. And I had this funny thing on my laptop, funny program on my laptop that allowed me to record, and the recording quality was terrible. The memory was terrible. My computer was always crashing. And sometimes, for those of you who remember, I recorded in my car. I take my laptop and I record outside. The crazy thing is I had no idea that I was going to meet so many beautiful people and that I was going to have such amazing clients and that I was going to learn so much about life and about people from those clients. So my gratitude is really huge for that experience, because that's something that people ask me, why did you do YouTube, or why did you do all that? It honestly wouldn't have been worth it had I not had such amazing clients. So to me, it's just been a beautiful experience in that regard. And I'm really grateful for that. I think I'm just at a point, though, with things that things need to change. We have a lunar eclipse coming up in Taurus, and so I feel like things are going to be affected by that greatly. Um, I just want to make sure that everybody knows where I stand, and what my vibe is and what I stand for, especially going into the next cycle of years where I don't know if I will continue to record on YouTube. I don't know if I'm even going to continue to record on Instagram. I'd like to have more clients. I'd like to see people open to different styles of reading, maybe more to my stamp readings or my bridge book. But I feel like part of the issue and part of the reason I'm doing recording this today is I feel like people are not ready for my content. They're not necessarily receptive to it. They're not ready for it. They might not understand it. And it's kind of like I'm too far ahead. I'm too far ahead into the future. Where in the future, people will really be interested in my stamp readings. And they might really, really love my Bridge to Terabithia series. And they might be really inspired by all the things that I've done. But right now, people still want me to produce content that they can easily digest, easily understand, that's not going to affect them too much, that isn't really anything to do with the bigger picture. And that just means that they're not ready for my content, the new content. And when I say my new content, it's everything that I've produced differently since I started recording, which is my seashell readings, my bean readings, my bridge series, my Andromeda series, my life lessons deck, my life lessons series, any of my shorts videos, essentially all of the new content, my charm readings. Like, people very rarely will book charm readings. It's fascinating to me. Very rarely. Because I think that people don't even really understand it. It's, again, like new content that's outside of the box. That's something different. That's something that people don't understand. And I think that I'm kind of just too far ahead in some way right now for people to really understand what I'm doing. And I wanted to address that today. I wanted to tell the new content is a way to gain insight. It's kind of like you think of it like a tool, a spiritual tool to learn something. So, like, the tarot is a tool that teaches us something. Astrology is something we study so we can gain insight. These are the basics. This is what it's about. It's very important that people understand what my channel is about, because I feel like since the beginning, I've had to explain to people what it's about. Still, people don't even really understand what a psychic is. But this is not going to be a Psychic 101 class today. This live recording is not going to be that. So for those of you who don't really understand what a psychic or medium is, I would encourage you to look that up. But all of my new content really is about gaining insight and information, spiritual tools, so that whatever it is that maybe you need to hear at the time, or whatever it is that might be coming that you don't see, maybe for whatever it is, the person that's down the street that's needing to get some direction or guidance, maybe they show up at a time and they hear it and they're like, yes, that's what I needed to hear that day. And let me tell you something. This is going to sound really fascinating to most of you, is that in my personal life, everybody I meet now, every single person, is a person that, and this is something I'm very proud of too, and I don't know why I'm crying about this, but is a person that has either needed to hear something from me, that day specifically needed something from me, whether I give that to them or whether it's a hug or whether it's an actual physical thing, whatever it is, maybe that specific interaction, every single person that I meet has needed in some way. And this goes across the board to the people I meet at the grocery store, to the people that I see at the coffee shop, to the people that I bump into, to the people that, I met this couple, very fascinating couple at the grocery store, and there was this big spill from some soap that had leaks all over the floor, and they're like, be careful, there's all this soap all over the floor. And this is in the vegetables section, okay? And I'm just getting some vegetables, and they're like, and I'm like, it's a sign, it's okay. I was like, it's okay, because I was like, it's a sign of transition when your soap leaks all over and stuff seems to be flying across the room and everything goes to shit. And they're like, really? I said, I bet you anything. I was like, are you moving? And they're like, how did you know? I was like, that's because, well, you've got soap flying everywhere. And it's a sign of transition. And that's what they needed to hear. They needed to know that it was going to pass, that they'd settle down, that eventually things would get a little bit less crazy. Because buying a house is a big deal. Moving is a big deal. So that's an example of me showing up at a time when somebody needs me, or me showing up at a time and saying something that someone needs to hear. And every single interaction I have with every person is like that. And when I moved to Ellensburg, it had kind of started where I started to actually, and one of the reasons I loved it here so much was because every person I met seemed so open to me being a psychic, where everybody previously didn't even know what a psychic was, or wasn't open to it, or thought that I was just full of crap and was really incredibly disrespectful. So me as a person, every interaction now is special. Every interaction I have with every person means something to them, or to me, or to both. And I'm supposed to be there. And it's 100% synchronistic, where there isn't a day that goes by where I don't bump into somebody who is needing to hear what I have to say. So I think that the strange part, the hard part that I'm having with this is that with this social media, there's like people that get it, and then people who don't know that about me. They have no clue. They have no idea who I am, and they sit in judgment. And there's people in my life at this time right now personally that are sitting in a lot of judgment. And it's funny because they absolutely do not know the bigger picture and how things really are for me. And it's my goal, like every day, to have positive interactions with people, to make every client that I have feel good about their reading, or to feel good about the conversation that we had, even if it's challenging. It is my goal for it to be a beautiful experience. That's the goal. And I think I want to really draw the line with, the experiences that I've had that have been more on the negative side, because people really haven't gotten me as a person. They just don't understand what it is to be in a kind of synchronistic flow where everybody kind of needs me. But the hard part to swallow is everybody needs me, but they also don't support that. They don't appreciate that. Everybody needs me, but there's no reciprocation for that. So it's like, everybody needs me, but if I go to somebody else and I say, I need you at this time, nothing happens. it's dropped. It's like I placed a call to God and it goes directly to voicemail. And it could be my karma, or it could just be, what I'm here to do. But it's not okay when it gets to a certain point where I'm giving 150% into my readings and to the people I meet, the strangers I meet on the street, to everything in my life. I'm giving 100% and getting very little in return. It's very serious energy. And I know some people have said I kind of feel like a strong Sagittarius, but it's just, that's just kind of how it's felt to me. Just putting in like 150% and getting like 1% back. And I did a reading for myself recently where I was like, okay, what's mathematically, what's the numbers here? How many videos to every one client do I read for? It would probably be about, I think it was 10 to 1. So I'd have to record 10 videos to have one client, or potentially, I think now it's probably more like 100. I have to record 100 videos to book one client, or to see reciprocation from the people that are watching me, which is a lot of work. And I don't regret the work that I have done, and I don't regret the clients that I've had, and I'm super grateful to everybody who's been supportive, because everybody that has been supportive is so special to me, because they came in at a time which was kind of miraculous, where maybe they came at a time where I was just short on my electric bill, or maybe they came at a time where maybe I was just short a little bit for my rent, or maybe they came at a time where, I needed to pay my cell phone. And I appreciate that so much. So I don't know. I just wanted to come on here and really talk about these things and be open with you guys about these things, because it's just gotten to a point where I feel like I have to address it. And going forward, I'd really love it for people to appreciate the work that I'm doing, and I'd really love it if people start to see me for who I am, and to see the fact that I am putting in so much effort and so much work, because it's just disrespectful on some level to not. And I want to say I will not tolerate it if people are like, there's no content. Why are you not producing? It's impossible to look at my channel and see no content. It's impossible. I know that on a laptop, it's easy to kind of like see like all the different sections, but I have 1,400 videos on my YouTube channel right now. So it's impossible to, number one, not find content that might resonate, and it's impossible to tell me that I'm not producing. And I don't have to produce. See, that's the other thing too, is that even though YouTube algorithm requires that I produce like 20 videos at a time in order for my channel to go up slightly, because I don't have any monetization. That's the number one problem. But it's just really hard for me to produce that amount of work on a continuous basis, and I shouldn't have to, because it's my choice whether to put whatever content and post whatever content there. It's absolutely my choice. So yeah, I feel like there have been so many people, and I have to say this, there have been so many people that have emailed me and they've been like, you really got me through a tough time. Or they'll say, every video they find something they resonate with, and it's very positive for them. There's just been a lot of positive people in that regard. So I know that people are resonating with me and with the content. It's just that sometimes, I'd really like to see more of this. People be less focused on if it resonates with you personally, and be more focused on if it is going to resonate with the collective. So, hi. Thanks for showing up and saying hi. Um, and what do I mean by that? Like, it's one of those things where I'd like it if somebody watched my video and was like, oh, yeah, somebody else was talking about that the other day. Or, oh, yeah, I heard about that over there. That must be a collective issue. That must be what's going on collectively in the world, or collectively in the community, or collectively in the family, or whatever. Um, so that's my guides are encouraging that actually. My guides are like really encouraging that, where people are starting to can maybe connect some of the dots. Because I connect the dots like with other psychics, with other people on YouTube. And I don't compete in the sense that I don't care about the competition and I don't care about, whether what I'm saying is original or not. I know that I'm producing original content because I have not seen any stamp readings out there. I have not seen, nobody has my bridge deck. Nobody has my Andromeda deck. Nobody has my life lessons deck. So essentially, there's no way for those people, for you to like necessarily see that same content elsewhere. But I'm not competing with other people in a sense. I really do not care. I don't participate in the astrological community where of drama. It's not important to me. What is important is that um, people are connecting the dots though with some of the themes that I talk about or some of the topics that I talk about because there are bigger lessons for everybody to learn. And I did say with some of the stuff that's going on Pluto and Aquarius, it's very important for people to start thinking about others and very important for people to start tuning into the needs of other people. This leads me to one of the toughest things right now, and I'll just say this for especially for the psychic community, is that there are not enough light workers. It means that there's more people who are asleep than the people who are awake. Meaning all of the pressure and all of the work goes on to the people who are awake to awaken everybody else or to at least be the light for everybody else. Meaning I go out into the street somewhere and I bet you anything that guy is going to ask me for a tissue. Or I bet you that guy is going to say, do you have a plastic bag? Or I bet that he's going to ask you, do you have any utensils? He's going to ask me for something, maybe a roll of toilet paper. Who knows what he's going to need, but he's going to need something from me. I absolutely know that. And that tells me that essentially there is so much pressure on the lightworker community, the astrological community right now, to hold the space for the light. And another, I don't know who it was, psychic, because I don't remember, said some bad shit came through the solar eclipse. And I did see that. And I did feel that. And I did not like that. This last solar eclipse that we had. Bad shit came through there. Bad, bad, bad. And other psychics, have had basically like a deluge. Deluge? I don't know what that word is. Just like a just onslaught of like crazy amounts of heavy lifting to do. And shit that they got to deal with, which shouldn't be. And if there was more people who are awake, or at least more light workers, then the pressure wouldn't be only on a few people. There'd be enough people to kind of help everybody along, and just wouldn't be so much pressure. So I just wanted to say that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I can't really think of anything else that I wanted to say. That mainly is the biggest thing. I really wanted to put it out into spirit that I do not condone war. I don't condone violence. I don't condone any hate. I don't condone people showing up, taking my information or taking my energy and leaving, in the sense that they're just taking whatever they can get from me for my channel. And I'm not here, like I said, to compete in the sense that, yeah, in some way I'm competing because of the number of videos it takes to show up on the algorithm. But in some way, it doesn't even appear to be that I am competing, because I get like no viewership like right now at all because of the algorithm. Because I have no monetization. So essentially it doesn't even matter. If I wanted to compete, essentially what I'm saying is I can't compete. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And that doesn't, but it just doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is that I am continually growing, I'm continually changing, and I'm continually putting out content that I feel really proud of. And that I am working for people who appreciate my work, that I'm getting paid for my work, that people are showing up to book readings, who are loving, kind, and considerate, and who genuinely understand and appreciate my work, appreciate my services, appreciate what I'm offering. It has been also brought to my attention, dramatic increases in inflation. Here where I live, it's over $5 a gallon for gas. You go to the store, $30 gets you maybe 2 or 3 things. It's not that much for food. So, as far as my pricing, it's hard to kind of keep them where they are. And I have done some specials, but it just seems to be where people that might want to book, my pricing is too high. But if I don't keep my pricing high, essentially, like I don't eat. So I have to make sure that my work is appreciated and that my pricing reflects what's going on right now in the economy. I'd be open to hearing what you guys think as far as my pricing, but it's hard for me to lower it right now when gas is $5 a gallon. I'm just going to put that out there and say that. So I don't know. Like there might be some changes to lowering it a little, but not really anything like what it was before, unless inflation changed. And I'm going to tell you this, with the new conflict that's happening in the world right now, inflation is going to triple. I've said this before, and I'm saying it again. Inflation is going to triple. My guides have confirmed inflation is going to triple. Is that going to happen like tomorrow? I cannot give you a time frame on when that's going to happen. And again, this is where I don't really even want to go into that, because it's not the kind of thing that I really want to talk about too much on this channel. People are not supportive of me, my views. They are not supportive of me going out on a limb. They're not supportive of the fact that I'm producing videos that are different. So yeah, but inflation is going to triple. My guides are confirming that again. I see number 3 in a license plate. So everybody's in for kind of a rough ride as far as things. There are going to be some big changes, and I see a lot of big changes coming, especially with this last eclipse. I mean, it's in the sign of Taurus. Taurus is like food. When the moon's in Taurus, the only thing that you can do is make some really good food or go out to dinner. That's all that you can do. You cannot even really leave the house when the moon's in Taurus. So to me, that's basically like saying a lot about what's coming. And the fact that, Taurus is just all about food. So it just means that people really need to making adjustments. And yeah, I'm excited to see what's going to come for the better, and I'm excited to see how things are going to unfold. But I'm also not going to show up for people who are taking from me and not appreciating my work. That's what I want to say. I know this was kind of an intense video. Hopefully, you guys will understand what I'm trying to say, and just know that I'm very appreciative and very grateful for the lessons I've learned through everybody here, and just a lot of, like I said, beautiful people. And I'm grateful to you for all the love and support that you've had for my channel and for me specifically, because a lot of people have had a lot of love for me specifically, and that means a lot to me. So I'm gonna leave off here before I get emotional again, and wish everybody the best. I still have 2 videos that I have not edited, so all of the links for booking a reading or whatever are not even below those, but I am going to try to put the links below the video after I stop recording, work on some editing. I might not even get to the editing until tomorrow because I have a little bit of light left, and I need to start recording in order to stay on the algorithm on Instagram. So, please donate if you can. Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal. All of that will be below this video. It's basically in all of my other videos that I've posted with the exception of the last 2. And you can always find them on my website, oracledaphne.com. I send a lot of love to you guys, and I really hope that things will change for the better. And yeah, I send everybody big hugs, big kisses. I'll talk to you guys again soon. All right, take care.